Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I do want to start off this video talking a little bit about the US dollar. So over here on the DCENT chart, this is the US dollar, obviously, as you guys are aware. If we look at this chart, right now I am watching the dollar kind of break out a little bit on the 3-day span. We have broken all EMAs, we have regained some strength, and I do think that this is where most people are getting a little bit concerned. But ultimately speaking, we have been outlining in the Discord, especially in the Patreon, that the US dollar is most likely going to continue this rally into a demand zone. Now, the big thing is, are we going to get to the point where the dollar is, going to its recent high and breaking over it? No, I don't believe so. I actually think that the US dollar is still weak right now. But this is a short-term rally on the US dollar, which is why risk assets like crypto, for example, are dropping in value. Now, with this, we are 24 hours away from the BRICS meeting fully starting. It's been getting reported over on Twitter, actually, from a few individuals that it has already began. This is from Megan over on Twitter. She posted this, and we do see BRICS Summit 2023 began. Listen closely to this video.
The 2023 annual BRICS Summit has begun. Johannesburg is set to host the event from the 22nd to the 24th of August, as world leaders from 5 emerging global economies, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and this year's host nation, South Africa, prepared to meet and discuss common goals and issues. A press release from the Indian Ministry of External Affairs has earlier confirmed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's itinerary for the event. The Indian Prime Minister will attend the 15th edition of the summit, scheduled to be held in Johannesburg. Now, all eyes will be on whether Prime Minister Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping will hold a bilateral meeting during the summit. This even as the Indian and Chinese army are holding major general level talks at 2 locations to resolve the ongoing standoff in eastern Ladakh. Prime Minister Modi is also expected to meet his Bangladeshi counterpart, Sheikh Hasina, on the sidelines to discuss Bangladesh's potential inclusion into the BRICS grouping. A spokesperson for the Bangladesh External Affairs Ministry has confirmed Sheikh Hasina's participation. Prime Minister Modi also held a telephonic conversation with Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi ahead of the summit. Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin will not be attending in person.
So yes, as we really kind of look at this BRICS summit, it is here, right? And I think everyone should be paying close attention. I've talked about this many times in the past as well. I've talked about what this BRICS meeting and what's happening with the BRICS really means for the global financial system. We are at a massive moment in time around finance. And I did say over on Twitter, people are so quick to write off XRP being utilized by the BRICS, but it makes 0 sense. The XRP ledger and XRP itself is fully decentralized. Anyone can utilize both the ledger and the digital currency. BRICS have been very ambitious with their plans. These plans require a new generation of payment technology. Do you know where they could tap into that kind of technology? It's extremely important to focus on what's important regarding BRICS, de-dollarization, and the major pushback against the US-dominated payment networks. We are on the edge of a tectonic shift in the world of finance. This is a change that happens every 100 years. The reserve currency status is in question. We are seeing the rise of new age technology. All of this is aligning perfectly. I truly feel bad for those who are getting impatient now and will soon be shaken out. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and we are at the forefront of it. And I do strongly believe that we are, right? And I think that we are right on path with with what's happening around this technology. We are seeing experiments. We are seeing the global initiatives moving faster than ever on crypto regulations, crypto acceptance, adoption, you name it. So as we do look at this, I do believe that we are on the brink of a massive move around the world of finance to this new digital age of finance. And I think as we look at XRP, there is 0 doubt in my mind that XRP will be utilized, especially by a lot of these major organizations and nations. And over here, we do see from 801_XRP, we do see BRICS Plus in the future platform world and a BRICS platform for sovereign wealth funds. And this goes all the way back to July 27th. We do see second tweet speaks of R5 BRICS global reserve currency. No XRP or Ripple is mentioned for those who have to respond with they're not using. And of course, like a lot of people have said, they're not using Ripple, they're not using XRP. But as we look at this, like we are seeing a major pushback. We are seeing a new future platform growing, especially from the BRICS. They're focused heavily on this. They have their own plans. Like I said, they are very ambitious plans. And listen, as we do see what's happening right now, everything is in question around the world of finance. And those that are not paying attention to the major moves happening, they're going to get left behind. And I've talked about this. We are seeing a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in front of us. And it's the opportunity that we know that they are focused heavily on DLT and blockchain technology, especially around a lot of these major initiatives. We know that the BIS, for example, is collaborating with the G20. We know that the G20 is instructing global regulations. We know that they are looking into crypto heavily. They're running experiments on how to plug and play within this new age of finance. Everything is on the rise. And we even do see down here that BRICS Plus to the next level and BRICS new global reserve currency R5 for the 5 named R currencies in the BRICS nations. And no XRP and Ripple is mentioned for those of you that always respond with it didn't say. And here we have, of course, a little bit of a insight on this. So creation of a platform for cooperation among the sovereign wealth funds of the BRICS Plus countries. One of the key areas of cooperation could be the coordinated initiatives directed at developing and deepening local financial markets. The possibility for the new development bank to participate in the G20 summits alongside the main DBs, such as the Asian Development Bank or the African Development Bank, And they're really kind of just looking at the world here and assessments on the potential effects of de-dollarization. Regular discussions in the BRICS Plus summits on the transformation of the global monetary system, including a review of the progress of moving towards the creation of new regional and global reserve currencies, presentation of 3 to 5 main technological breakthroughs of the global south at the annual BRICS Plus summit. So like I said, this summit is going to definitely be interesting because we are starting to see the rise of new financial systems, specifically ones that are heavily dominated by global nations to push back against the US dollar and, really achieve their goal of de-dollarization. And those 5 currencies, those 5-letter R currencies, the real, ruble, rupee, renminbi, and also even the rand are the ones in major question here. So as we look at this, times are changing. We are seeing an enormous pushback against de-dollarization. We even see at the bottom here, the potential for utilizing the new reserve currency in the global economy is considerable, particularly given the enormous potential for de-dollarization. The newly established BRICS reserve currency can collaborate with the increased role played by BRICS national currencies to acquire a greater share of the total currency transactions in the global economy. Now, I've already gave you guys my thoughts on if we will see a reserve currency. I don't think that is the question, right? Like, are we really going into, a next 100-year time frame where a reserve currency is dominating the global system? I highly doubt it. Why? Because what has the US dollar done for all of the other nations in the last 100 years? Nothing. So why would we have a new system, which for the first time in history, we have an opportunity to really, have this new global financial system and really fix the problems that we have right now? Why would we just dig ourselves into another hole with another reserve currency? It makes zero sense. In my opinion, we will see CBDCs. We will see no reserve currency. What we will see is a global bridge currency, and that could very well be XRP. A lot of people still write this off, but it's not that bad of an idea considering the fact that XRP has been mentioned in many major documents around being that international global bridge currency. And also, when we look at BRICS, they continue to grow. And we do see over here from Digital Perspectives, this is from August 12th. All eyes are on BRICS as it can grow to 85% of the global population. Saudi Arabia joining BRICS is the big signal that the greatest financial paradigm shift in the history of mankind is well underway. No way XRP doesn't play a role. Don't believe it. It's still true. And I did include this tweet in a recent video, and I bring it back up because I want you guys to understand that what you should be focused on is Saudi Arabia joining BRICS, because that's going to be the biggest, signal in the history of the financial world that we are on the brink of something very large. And also, by the way, shout out to Edward Farina over on Twitter. We do see BRICS Journal of Economics mentions XRP, XRP Ledger, and DLT in the paper about de-dollarizing. Check this out. This got so much love over on Twitter, and it is for a good measure. So listen closely.
Of economics, and in the 22nd of August there will be the BRICS meeting for shaping the world's economic situation. There we have a great document called On the Risking and De-dollarizing Intra-BRICS Trade via Smart Contracts. So you can actually open the document. So there you have, for the people saying it's a conspiracy theory, the BRICS are coming for de-dollarization, as you can actually see here on the document. And now let's have a look at XRP. So there are 3 mentions for XRP, especially the escrow capabilities of the XRP ledger, and you can actually see here funds needed to execute a contract can be temporarily pre-stored in a linked virtual escrow-like account associated with the contract to guarantee fund availability at the time of execution. There you have XRP Ledger 2020. They also talk about smart contracts, and well, it's a very interesting article. I do recommend everyone to watch it. And we all know that the XRP Ledger supports escrow features and that it might have also the implementation of smart contracts, but that's a topic for the future. I just wanted to say this because we are in the verge of a very interesting meeting on the 22nd of August where the BRICS countries are going to have a meeting and they can change the way that the world is evolving. They are actually huge players right now, so all the highlights goes to BRICS right now. See you guys in the next video.
And I do completely agree. This is why I said, like, we need to be full focused on BRICS because, you know, they are the ones that are here being the big names, making the most amount of noise. And I do think that it's good to mention the fact that, like, XRP and the XRP Ledger are always mentioned on all of these documents. There's no other, you know, token, no other ledger technology that is mentioned on these documents. And 99% of the time, everyone is trying to, you know, just say, oh, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, these are retail individuals talking about how this doesn't matter. Okay? Let's just take a step back. Like, these are global initiatives that are the ones that are, you know, literally on boards and in organizations that are making the changes to the global financial system. They're mentioning XRP. They're mentioning the XRP ledger. Yet we have the retail sector talking about how XRP and the XRP ledger is not, you know, being utilized at all. They don't care about XRP. They don't care about XRP ledger. It's comical to me. It's truly comical to me. Shout out to Matthew Lin Y as well. We do see XRP or something similar look to be a part of the new BRICS wholesale CBDC payment network. Remember what I've talked about in terms of wholesale and wholesale tokens. Here's BRICS Pay, decentralized multi-currency digital international payment system. This is BRICS Pay. BRICS Pay set benefits from a combination of traditional payment systems and new technologies such as central bank digital currencies, decentralized finance, and tokenized assets. Secured money, BRICS Pay is an expansion of payment options for companies and citizens of participating countries as well as for the entire world and all existing or emerging payment solutions. This is big. What do you see over here? Here you guys have the full-on view of BRICS Pay. How are they connecting all of this? We have no idea. They're not giving us any insight on it, but something very similar to XRP or even XRP itself could very well be the connector here. What do you see over here? BRICS CBDC settlements between BRICS Pay countries are expected to be made in wholesale digital currency. Very interesting. The principles of interaction with national currencies, calculation of rates, emission, and clearing are under development. So this is a big focus point. And remember what I've talked about in terms of wholesale settlements. Go over here. This is from May 26th. This is from the Atlanta Fed. I included this in a video recently. XRP for an international payment medium. This is exactly what we have been talking about with XRP being the bridge currency, because as we look at XRP, they're looking at XRP and envisioning it as an international payment medium or wholesale settlement coin because it can bridge these CBDCs. And this is from an Atlanta Fed report on this. And this is with the BIS through Project Mariana. And I did include this in a recent video talking about Swift because as we look at XRP, it's its solution is already solidified in all of these major documents. And like, these are not organizations. These are not names that are small organizations. No, this is the BIS. This is a central bank of central banks. And remember, going all the way back, I included this document in many videos as well. This is the IMF. This is from 2023, okay? Trust bridges and money flows, a digital marketplace to improve cross-border payments. Mind you, XRP is the only crypto token mentioned on here outside of USDC, which is a stablecoin. Okay? Within this document, guess what's mentioned in terms of XRP? Check this out. 3 models arise: a private settlement asset and marketplace, such as Ripple's XRP, an open source marketplace, such as Stellar's foundations, or more recently, DeFi networks and marketplace and settlement assets based on unbacked crypto assets, such as Strike, which leverages Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. Now, with everything that we know it's not Bitcoin. We've talked about this. And as we look at Stellar with XLM, we know that this is more so for P2P. We know this through MoneyGram and the MoneyGram partnership. What's interesting is when they mention XRP, because what they're looking at is a private settlement asset and marketplace. What does this mean? Well, when you actually look through this document and you look at what that actually means, it's centered out on CBDCs, right? It's the trading of CBDCs on the marketplace, which has significant advantages. They mention it around liquidity. They talk about settlement risk, fungibility of money. And guess what? It's a marketplace trading only privately issued monies, which would be riskier, though possible. They mentioned a lot around this possibility of this marketplace, but at the end of the day, what it really means in terms of this private settlement asset and marketplace is it's a wholesale settlement asset and a wholesale settlement marketplace, where CBDCs and global stablecoins are the only ones on that. And when we look at Ripple and their recent platform centered out on CBDCs and stablecoins, guess what? That could very well be the private settlement marketplace, where it's underpinned by the private settlement asset XRP. Now do you understand why, we have this idea of how XRP was never made for the retail sector? It's because of statements like this by the IMF. This is not by the retail sector. Now, do I think that XRP was only created for central banks and the wholesale side of things? No. But I do think that in the recent years, it has been catered to the central banks and for wholesale settlement, because it just makes sense. And we know with the rise of CBDCs, and we know with the rise of tokenized assets, we know with stablecoins, things like that, the need for a decentralized bridge currency is more crucial than ever before. And we know that Ripple has been working with major central banks and institutions for well over a decade. And listen, this is not me being heavily focused on what Ripple is doing with XRP, but as we look at what's been happening around the global financial system, I think that now more than ever before, your full focus should be on what's happening around the world of finance. There is so much nonsense out there around this space. There's so much nonsense outside of this space. Do not get distracted. Fully focus on the BRICS and their initiatives, because what we are seeing, like I said, is truly a massive change around the world of finance. And this change happens every 100 years. The only difference now is that I don't think that it's going to be similar to what we've seen in the last couple 100 years, where we've seen a new reserve currency. I think that we are about to see a new global financial system arise, and it's all going to be underpinned by digital technology, digital rails, DLT, blockchain, everything around you, digitized, tokenized. This is huge. Everyone needs to be focused on the moves being made here. And within the next 24 hours, the BRICS summit will be starting. A lot of people have said that it's already started because they've been holding a lot of meetings already. The BRICS, I'm telling you right now, it's my full focus right now, because we are seeing something happen, and it's very interesting. And I think everyone should be heavily focused on this. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on to never miss a future update. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.